back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show, and today we are diving back into My Hero Academia and looking at the Hero Killer Stain. So, again, from McFarlane Toys, I've said it once, I'll say it again, I think they're doing some of the best work that they're doing currently on this this My Hero Academia line. These toys are super fun, and they're great, great detail. The fun thing about this figure, friend of the pod and friend of the show, Craig of Craig's Stuff, mentioned to me that the artist behind My Hero Academia was very much so inspired by Spawn and the art of Todd McFarlane, and then this character specifically was designed to pay homage to the work of Todd and Spawn. So it's kind of fitting, it's kind of, or ironic, would you say? That we've come to the point where now McFarlane Toys and the Todd father himself is taking a swing at a character that is based off of his own work. And while I'm not terribly familiar with the manga and the source material for this, I do love the show, and while brief so far, his appearances, he's a super cool character and has some super iconic moments with the class 1A students. So I'm excited to get him out of the box and take a closer look at him, but let's just take a quick spin around the packaging here. This is what we've seen so far for all of the My Hero Academia figures. Same packaging, art of the figure, title of the IP there, character name, and then again on the side we get the logo, and more of that figure art. And then again on the back, and then boasting with 22 points of articulation. So, without further ado, let's take a closer look at the Hero Killer Stain.
Just try and stop me, you fakes!
All right, and here we have the Hero Killer himself, Stain. Super cool figure, already out of the box. Like, already looks like he's moving and flying around. I mean, look at the motion there on the cape. It's great. Let's talk about his accessories. So he comes with two. Like every McFarlane figure, he comes with his stand with the My Hero Academia printed on it there. So you can see that. But as you can see, he does not need the stand to, in fact, stand, which is a good thing. And then the only other accessory he comes with here is his very beat-up katana, but I love it. It has all of the kind of jagged edges, the chips and things in it. The wrapping is really nice. It actually stayed pretty straight, which for, I feel like McFarlane swords for me has been kind of hit or miss. But as you can see, you know, he's able to hold it with both hands. He can hold it with one. You know, it's well executed, very well executed. So let's jump into the paint and detail here on Stain. As I mentioned already, I mean, just look at the tatters of the cape. There's no articulation on these. Actually, they're kind of like a bandana, I should really say. They're part of his bandana, not so much his cape. His bandana and then his scarf. But they're connected here in the back. There is no articulation on these, but they do kind of flex, and you can mix them together as you want. The face is great. The teeth are painted well. He's got the nice tongue, the bloodshot, very manic-looking eyes, the hair. Again, the scarf underneath his neck looks fantastic. The detail going through his costume, all of these knives that he has around him would have been neat if you know, if they could come out. Of course, that's always an added bonus, but they are unfortunately sculpted in, and there's nothing to unglue here. I mean, they're just fully sculpted into their sheaths. So you know, you can pose him to make him look like he's ready to pull one of them, but you cannot actually pull them out. And he does grip onto them too. I was playing around with this for a minute before, but you can finagle his hand to look like he's ready to grab one. There you go. You can see that there. Moving down to the legs, again, just more crazy detail in his pants. He's got these big old chunky boots on, and you can see the wrinkles and the buckles and the straps and the spikes and everything. They're all really well detailed and well sculpted throughout the entire figure. Moving quickly into the articulation. So his head is pretty encumbered by all of the accoutrement on the figure, so you can only look down about that much. You can look up about that much. You know, you do get a little bit of a twist side to side here. There is his head is actually a double jointed system. There's a neck and a head movement in there, which is nice because even given the fact that he has this hard sculpted bandana around his neck, you still do get a fair bit of movement out of it. His arms, we do have those McFarlane butterfly joints, so he can go back pretty far. And as you saw at the top, he can hug himself. He can do the sword, hold the sword with two hands, which is nice. We do get the bicep swivel. We get a double jointed elbow, which works really, really nicely here. And then we do get the standard ball joint on the wrist. So his hands do, when you find the right spot on it, will rotate and pivot. He does have an ab crunch, and it is hidden by the soft vest here, which is great. I love when McFarlane does that because, you can get a pretty significant amount of bend, at least forward. The vest does kind of stop you from getting a back bend really out of him, but, there is a fair bit of movement there. You do get a waist swivel as well. And then moving to the legs, Stain can absolutely do the splits very, very easily. He can kick out about that far, and he can kick back about that far, which is great. Very limber. We do get double jointed knees, which are great because even with his chunky boots and leg, we do get a really great bend out of those double jointed knees. Then moving down, there is no calf, and of course no thigh swivel. We're looking at a McFarlane figure here. And then moving to the feet, we do get, again, the same kind of tennis ball movement, and then the toe crunch. Now, on the one toe for mine, this toe is pretty frozen. I've been kind of working it to get it... okay, now we're actually good. To get it closed all the way, but yeah. So, Stain... That's what you're looking at in terms of articulation here for Stain. So let's take a look at scale. Here is how he scales with some other team members from My Hero. Most importantly, some of the ones that he has to deal with in that alley there. So as you can see, the three of them look great next to each other. The scaling is really great. It's on. We'll swap out Midoriya here real quick. And you can see that, again, the scale continues to be kind of spot on with these. McFarlane is really blowing me away with this line. It's some of the best work that they're doing. And then let's just compare him real quick to two other figures. So here he is with a NECA Ninja Turtle. So here he is with Don. And then here he is with a Diamond Select Bruce Lee. So as you can see, two different, more of like the 7-inch scale figures. He looks great with them. So, if you're doing a martial arts display, or you're looking for something to scale with him in that sense, you have two options here. So with that, let's flip it around and let's wrap it up. All right, so this is another easy winner here for McFarlane for the My Hero line. As you can see, the detail on it is great. The all the paint apps are on point. The little details. Nobody does a cape like McFarlane. Nobody. Yeah, this is a great figure. I can't wait to get him into some poses, fighting some of the students and All Might, and get him into some of those poses that are straight out of the show. So hopefully after the fade, you'll see some of those pictures if I was successful. But yeah, this is, if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, or honestly, if you're just kind of like a McFarlane kind of arts collector, you collect them as some sort of, like a statue collection of some kind, this is a great figure to have. He is super artfully done, and you can get him into some really fun poses. So would highly recommend staying here. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there so that way you don't miss videos like this of us taking a deeper dive into the toys that we love. While you're down there, make sure you hit that bell icon so that way you get notifications when we post a new video. While you're following and subscribing to things, make sure you follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter, where we're constantly posting toy news, and pre-orders and toy photography and all of the fun things around the toy community. And then, of course, the podcast. So, new every week, Adventures in Collecting. You can find us wherever you find podcasts. Just search for Adventures in Collecting, or you can hit the link in the description below, which will take you to our website, and then you can do all of the fun things from there. Like I mentioned, stay tuned after the fade for some additional photos here of Stain, and as always, until next time.